Hello everyone and welcome to the Rainbow Six Siege storyline as of Year 7 Season 3. Before we start, I want to say the events of what I'm going to be talking about starts in Operation Shifting Tides, and although there is lore before this season, they only started to properly go into the lore starting this season. So this is the beginning of the Nighthaven Rainbow Six Siege storyline, which is the main storyline in Rainbow Six Siege. So by now, Rainbow Six is already an established team, with the latest new operators by this point being Goyo and Amaru. In his continuous efforts to expand Team Rainbow, Dr. Harishva Pandey, aka Harry, the director of Rainbow Six, contracts the private military organization known as Nighthaven to work under Team Rainbow. R6 veteran Eliza Cohen, aka Ash, is very against having a private military organization operating underneath Team Rainbow. Despite this, Harry proceeds with this, and the leader of Nighthaven, Callie, and one of her best soldiers, Wamai, both join Team Rainbow as Nighthaven operatives. As time goes on with Nighthaven's involvement with Rainbow Six, fun-loving, laid-back Norwegian man Ace also joins Team Rainbow as a Nighthaven operative. Next operation, legendary soldier Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell joins Team Rainbow and kind of becomes Harry's right-hand man at the top. And now in the pre-Siege Invitational 2021 phase, Nighthaven operative Aruni has now also joined Team Rainbow. It is learned that her and veteran R6 operator Thermite actually have a past together, in which they were doing a job which required them to defuse a bomb on a moving vehicle. However, they ended up in a car accident, causing this bomb to explode, causing Aruni to have severe injuries, including losing her left arm and her left leg. Despite this, there is no bad blood between Aruni and Thermite, and she refers to him as one of her closest friends. Now, still in the pre-SI 2021 phase, this is when tensions are starting to boil up heavily. When given their teams for the competition, Ash has a clear discomfort for Callie being on her team. Bringing it up with Harry, it's clear that Harry has done it deliberately, since he wants people to work together even if they do not get along. Ash and Callie aren't the only operators which have a grudge against each other. Vigil even mentions that he does not want Mozzie to be on his team, or he might end up getting hurt. Now, taking a look at the first webcomic that was released, Callie invites Fuse just to take a look at how the operators at Nighthaven train. After the training is over, Fuse gets questioned by Callie as to why he hesitated on a shot. Fuse claimed as it because Aruni was in his line of fire and obviously he didn't want to shoot her. However, Callie argues against this and says that that is not an issue at Nighthaven and that risks like that should be taken. After this, Callie is describing her brand new suit, which is actually her elite skin in game, and when questioned by Fuse if that suit is even allowed to be used in Team Rainbow, Callie kinda just shrugs it off like she doesn't really care, and noted that she wouldn't even wear her team uniform, showing defiance to the rest of Rainbow basically, and the rules that are in place. So finally, SI 2021 comes around and Callie and Ash are on the same team. Callie and Ash end up in a situation where Ash is in Callie's line of fire, and rather than helping her or getting her out of that situation, she uses Ash as bait and injures Ash in the process. The very thing that Fuse refused to do during training, Callie has just done. After the game is over and all the operators are backstage, Ash tends to her win that Callie gave her and clearly had some moments to think by herself. Full of rage, Ash confronts Callie for not working by the playbook. Clearly not interested by what Ash has to say to her, Callie kinda shrugs it off because although she used her as bait, she won the engagement. Ash, clearly tired of it all, punches Callie in the face, causing a commotion amongst all the operators. After this, there's still a lot of unrest between Rainbow operators, but Nighthaven and Rainbow are still working together for the time being. So a few months pass and we get into the era of Crimson Heist. Argentinian heist master Flores is working on a job. Ash, alongside Goyo and Castle, are surveilling him and seeing how he works. Ash, seemingly impressed how well Flores can get the job done, flies Flores out to Greece and hires him for a job. She wants Flores to keep tabs on Callie. She wants to find out what her intentions are and what she has planned. As well as this, she also invites Flores to join Team Rainbow, which he later accepts from Goyo and Castle. Within the next 6 months, a new operator joins known as Thunderbird, who will later on be part of the Wolfguard squad. But more importantly, in this time, head of Nighthaven's R&D division, Osa, becomes a Nighthaven operative for R6. Osa is actually responsible for making the gadgets for the Nighthaven operators, and through this, we actually get a look at Nighthaven's base in Singapore, and we get to see some operators such as IQ and Smoke trying out some new Nighthaven tech, as well as some other Nighthaven operators on the base. And now within the next few months, new operator Thorn joins the team as well, but more importantly, we get the Sisters in Arms cinematic, which officially marks the start of the breakdown of Team Rainbow. In this, we see Ella not only break away from Team Rainbow, but her own sister. A lot of Rainbow is in shambles now. Previous R6 operators such as Smoke, IQ, Ella, Pulse, and Finka all officially left Team Rainbow to join Nighthaven, as well as Nighthaven splitting off from Rainbow. Because of this, Harry disbands Rainbow as one team and separates them all into separate squads. And although they are all still working together, each team now has different objectives and intentions, all still ran by Harry. And there are 4 squads with 4 leaders, which are Thermite, Hibana, Doc, and Caviera. Now, not long after this, we enter the era of Demon Vale, where there was a massive turning point. Ex-Japanese police officer turned private bodyguard Kana Fujiwara, aka Azami, is working as a private bodyguard to Masayuki Yahata. Whilst travelling through a market, Yahata and Azami were attacked by a group of assassins, which, despite Azami's good fight and best effort, ended up in Yahata being assassinated. Now, in Azami's time as a police officer, she actually was friends with Hibana. Knowing Hibana is part of Rainbow, Azami breaks into Hibana's house and questions her about a bullet that was used during the assassination, which, when looking at the engravings on this bullet, seems to be a bullet produced and used by none other than Nighthaven. After being confronted by Azami, Hibana enlists the help of both Jackal and Thatcher to help get their view on the situation and track down one of the assassins that escaped. Jackal, using his footprint technology, tracks one of the assassins down. After a small engagement, they manage to get their hands on him and Thatcher holds him at knife point. Azami starts questioning him, and the assassins claim that they were given a large amount of money and intel from an encrypted job. As well as this, it was full of weapons. However, before the assassin can say much more, a helicopter approaches the building, killing the assassin. Hibana claims if this really is Nighthaven, then they have just started a war. The next few months go around, we enter the era of Vector Glare. At Vector Glare, we get a look at one of our new squads, Wolfguard, ran by Doc. Wolfguard includes Doc, Twitch, Montang, Lion, Castle, Bandit, Frost, Ying, Flash, Nomad, Malusi, Thunderbird, and the brand new operator Sense. During this, we actually see Wolfguard track down the architect which designed Nighthaven's base, who has actually been captured and kept hostage. Led by Doc over the comms, Sense, Lion, and Montang infiltrate the building, and they fight their way to the architect. After they successfully extract the architect, they take him back to base. When getting briefed about what is going to be happening next, it is planned now that they have the architect, they are actually going to infiltrate Nighthaven's base in Singapore, and see if they can find any intel which links Nighthaven to Yahata's death. However, Doc claims that Caviera's team, which we don't yet know the name of, have actually been dispatched and have been sent on their way to spy on the base, since Doc claims that Wolfguard have done their job and this is now time for another squad. Uncontent with this though, Sense actually volunteers themselves to sneak onto the base with the architect and one of the operators from Caviera's squad. So, undercover in Nighthaven gear, Sense and an unrevealed operator from Cav's squad use the architect to sneak onto the base. The three of them, however, are stopped at the door by none other than Ace and Pulse, but the architect manages to speak his way through, saying that he was actually there to design a new sports area for the base. And of course, Ace, with his laid-back personality, easily falls for this and is actually intrigued by the idea. However, when they manage to get to the first door, it seems like the architect's handprint no longer works as he has been removed from the system. They use plan B, which involved knocking out one of the Nighthaven guards and using their handprint. The unnamed operator from Cav team was actually going to kill them, but gets talked down by Sense, since this is only a recon mission and Nighthaven aren't the enemy yet. And by this part, that is Sense and the architect's job done. Sense's job now is to get the architect out of there, leaving the operator from Caviera's squad alone with access to the base now. Wolfguard's job is done, they managed to get the architect and get access to the base. Now it was time for Caviera's unnamed operator to do the rest. And in the closing moments of this comic, it is revealed that that operator is none other than Nook, and that there's no guarantee that she will spare every life. And there you have it guys, that takes us to year 7 season 3, where we're going to be getting a Nighthaven themed season. I'm really interested to see what happens next. Does Nook actually kill someone on Nighthaven? Will Nighthaven find some dead guards and point the blame on Rainbow? I guess we'll find out next season, because we were actually meant to be getting this Nighthaven base as a map in season 3. It's sadly been delayed to season 4, so I'm very interested to see how they are going to handle the lore next season, when a big part of that lore, the map, isn't actually going to be coming in that season anymore. But yeah guys, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing and dropping a like. It took a lot of effort to research for this video, had to look for all the trailers, had to read all the comics and stuff like that. It was very fun and I'm really enjoying the lore. Hope you guys have an incredible rest of your day. I'll catch you all later. Stay safe. Peace.